Good morning to all of you. Respected our Joint Secretary and Development Commissioner, Sri Sudhir Garji, General Manager NSI, Sri Vidyasagar Singh ji, our Institute personnel, and Dr. Daniel, and entrepreneurs, bankers, chief managers, media. First, I thank you, the Development Institute, to give this opportunity to meet all of you. As a banker, especially I have been working the bank for the last 33 years. I've got a special preference for the MSME. So almost all 30 years I've been working the branch and all to the head office and now looking up at the MSME. I know the problems. I know the difficulties being faced by the entrepreneurs, especially MSME entrepreneurs, special service sectors. And just because of paucity of the time, I will just brief to all of you. You are actually the person those who are really contributing to the growth of the country, both in the terms of quantum of the goods and services, and also the manpower. For that purpose, Government of India and State Government have issued a number of guidelines to the banks, which are supposed to be implemented, which have been implementing for the benefit of the entrepreneurs. And I am just giving you the entitlement, all of you may not be aware of, that for which you are not able to get that benefit, or you are not able to get that facility from the bankers. I am not talking about the Indian Overseas Bank, I am talking about bankers as a whole, and for the all banks, the guidelines are same. We do give preference to the MSME entrepreneurs. It is both manufacturing, services, including retail trades also, including the food processing and etc. There are various schemes are available. First of all, up to 2 crores of loan, you can have it without any collateral security. Then the only thing is, you have to convince the bankers, and your project should be viable, and you must be always honest and sincere. Up to 2 crores, suppose some people do not have any money, they cannot give the collateral. That doesn't mean that they will not get the loans. They can get the loans. Up to 10 lakhs. Now there are so many schemes out there. Mudra scheme, which is very popular nowadays. Nothing is required. Up to 10 lakhs Mudra. Either you can go any sector. It is only guarantees coverage available. You need not give anything, but you have to do the business. Only my request to all of you, you try to be honest and sincere to the bank, and there is no limit for you to take the loan from the bank. Bank is always open to give the loans to any entrepreneurs who is taking the money, utilizing the money in production of services, repaying the money in time with interest. Then there is no limit for you. All of you can go to the bank and do this. This is the scheme Mudra, and the scheme for new entrepreneurs, SC/ST and ladies also. There is Stand Up India scheme has also come. It is also picking up. It's a very good scheme, and you can avail loan from that. That is also there. And the MSME, there is vast scope. We always tell the bank side, the scope of as in today in India, all banks, especially all banks, nobody likes to give very big loans. They want to give the loans to the MSME sectors, because our risk on our own interest also we go for that, because the risk is spread. The number of persons are benefited, the number of units will come up. We always like MSME units to come up. You are the only persons who can avail this limit and utilize this opportunity to grow you and grow the bank, and grow in the process, you grow, banks also grow. In case of units already existing, I am also again telling you, if there is so we have, bank has come out with different schemes. You may be knowing, you may not be knowing. Your turnover basis, we give the loan 20%, and even 28%. If you are going, we promote digital banking, your digital banking, your sales, etc. If you are going digital, your sales are digital, we give 30% of the turnover. It's the biggest advantage. We know this is the turnover. Suppose during this GST problems, we understand that you face the problems. We came out with the GST loan for the MSME units. Whatever inputs you are not able to get it, that loan is also made available to the MSME units. You take this opportunity, avail this loan and pay your loan also. Suppose if you are not able, you have sold your goods and you are not able to get the payments, for that bill discounting system is there. Already our general manager has already told that there is a trade platform is there. If you are supplying very big companies, big units, they are not paying, you put your bills there, we will discount it at a very competitive rate. And our rate of interest as a whole, we try to give best benefit to the MSME units also. In certain cases, we have formed a particular cluster, suppose 50 people are there. We want to that make a cluster. The 50 persons can get the loan because for them it is better, for banker it is also better, for you better because you are all there. Same time materials are getting, sellers also there, buyers also there. From the bank we can monitor this, give the loans where we have formed clusters. Especially we are more focusing on Tamil Nadu. We are having Indian Overseas Bank having 1100 branches. We have a number of clusters. In that cluster means we try to give more benefit to the MSME units. Rate of interest is very competitive. Disposal times also takes very less. Manager we give more power. All possible we want to keep. The cluster is also growing up. You take advantage of it. Indian Overseas Bank throughout Tamil Nadu. In addition to that, 1100 branches you can approach any place. Suppose in case of your unit is under stress means you are not able to service the interest or installment right now. You can approach to the bank. There is a rehabilitation revival of the scheme available. Government of India Reserve Bank has implemented it. 1/7/2016. The scheme is also very beautiful. You can also approach your banker. I am not talking about Indian Overseas Bank. I am talking about all banks. All banks are mandated. All other banks are also implementing these particular schemes. There is a scheme is there. You can approach them. You can go for revival. You can go for deferment of installment also. Suppose you are not able to make payment, the account will be NPA. You know the NPA concept is very strong. 90 days if you are not paying, account becomes NPA. It will be very difficult for banker to give more money and nobody will touch that account. So try to avoid become NPA, try to pay your interest installment, and if there is a stress, you must approach your banker that I am not able to make payment the entire installment despite my best efforts. Please extend this scheme or extend this period of installment. So instead of 3 years, you make it 5 years. So I will be able to make it. You try to convince the bankers. Don't leave it. And any application you are given to the banks, you try to get a number. This is also mandatory. All banks, any banks receiving an application for MSME unit, you also take that. Please you ask your banker give a number. So you can also follow that time disposal time is there. All sorts of benefits are made available to the MSME units. I personally feel there is a little bit communication gap, or you are not aware of this, your strength or your the schemes, or you have to convince the banker. Bankers are also have to give. We want to grow, and we want to see that this country grows, MSME grows, and suppose I was given to understand if opening the accounts are becoming difficult. It is not at all difficult. All banks want to open the accounts. Only thing is you have to make KYC compliance. You all are must having definitely Aadhaar number, PAN number. If you are having Aadhaar PAN, or like the registration with NSI or registration with Udyam Mitra, that Udyam Mitra is there. Suppose any new applicant wants to start business, he can put his application to the portal Udyam Mitra also. Bankers are also being given. You can tell this bank I want to my preferred bank. Automatically this scheme, the particular Mitra we are also observing from our system. This particular person has applied loan from Udyam Mitra, and his preference is IOB or his preference is other bank, State Bank. It automatically it is coming to us. We are also seeing. Try to connect, try to contact the banks, branches, and get things done. Only thing, if you are honest and sincere, if you are doing good business, you do not face any problem. I am assuring you, all of you here, that from Indian Overseas Bank, if you have got any problem, you can talk to the branch manager. Genuine problem will be taken care of. If somebody is doing good business, definitely there is no limit for them to take the loan. Only thing, you have to take the money, utilize money, product utilize properly, and pay back the money, and then there will be no problem. If anybody wants any clarification also, I am free, because I have been working for the MSM for last 20-25 years. I know the problems. I do not want to discuss all problems here because there is no time. And anything you want to ask, you can ask. I am free here to answer it. Because we are very sure what we are doing and what we should do, and we know your rights, your problems. We know it, and try to take advantage of new schemes. And there is a likely to come. Garg Sahab also maybe knowing that is also known that now for service sector, earlier there was investment also. If it is a investment 5 crores or 10 crores, we are considering a private sector. Now that is abolished. That means you are now more entitled to get the loan and better interest. The question is coming now, since that taboo or that investment is 5 crores and 10 crores has taken away, you are entitled to be treated as a private sector advance if the invest is more than 10 crores, 5 crores. So this facility you must get this available. You can tell to your banker, sir, I am not now a private sector advance. If my invest is more than 5 crores, 10 crores. So this facility is there. If other things are coming, total as MSME unit will treat us as on the basis of turnover 5 crores, 78 crores and 250 crores. If that comes, that will, I think, very good things. And I hope I could able to clear certain things. Even if you want anything, please feel free to ask me. I will definitely answer it. I always request all of you, contact our Indian Overseas Bank, having 1100 branches in Tamil Nadu. Any problems, you can talk to the manager. And if there is a grievances cell in our bank, you can also put your grievances cell there also. You can write a letter. We are always open. Our head office is working in Chennai. We are always very alert. If any complaint and grievances is of any of our customers or any applicant, we try to address it, not in the form of loans. Now, any type of accounts problem, we are very open to it. We are government bank. That everything is very transparent. I always tell my people, managers, don't entertain the middleman. Try to talk to the entrepreneurs, talk to the customers. We also like you directly come to the manager, directly meet. Our door is always open. You need not feel the bank somebody is there, chief manager, AGM, that you have got every right to meet him. You can meet him. You can tell them what your problems. I think bank can take care of. Thank you. Thank you.